my ex-wife were technically not dating anymore, would you continue to talking to me if you liked me and I still had an ex-wife that I was divorcing, in the process of divorcing? Would you stop talking to me?
That's a good question.
Yo, welcome to the Diesel Talks podcast with your boy Young Diesel and
Sabrina.
guys. Have you ever noticed that having a relationship while you're trucking is hard? Guess what? Regular people in regular life is having hard relationship problems too. Guys, right now we're going to jump right in it, show you guys what's going on with this lady and her relationship, man, and see if you guys can relate to this problem as well, because
Yes.
it is crazy, guys.
You're going to enjoy this one.
Let's go.
We got our first question to the mic. Okay, they hold hands. What the fuck happened? What's your name? What's your question?
Listen, my name is Miss Moody.
Hey, Miss Moody.
Hi.
Miss Moody.
I'm nervous, but I do have support here. I've been
Moody.
in a relationship with my baby's father since I was 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
We got
Long
married. We've been married for 5 years. He recently left me, and I just saw him here with his new girlfriend.
Oh, my God.
Ooh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So
That is
he's
a
here?
blow.
Okay. So what's your question?
Oh, God.
This is all fresh for me, so it's like
Hold on.
Wait, hold on.
What's
this is all new. This
Oh,
is all
man.
fresh for me.
You said what?
This is all new for me. Like
It's
this.
all
It's
new
all
for
new
you.
for you?
Yes.
So who you
She
bring?
must be so
Oh,
embarrassed.
you brought your
nervous.
girl. And you look cute? Okay, so why we give a fuck about what they doing?
Oh, man.
You having fun?
So this is what, let's preface what's going on. So basically, this woman has broken up or divorcing. I don't even know if she was married to her, but that's her baby
Yes,
daddy.
she was
They were
married. She
together.
says they weren't married.
And they broken up. But the same baby daddy is there at the show with this new girl, and she's there. And this lady is talking about it, and the host is surprised like that. Look at the guy's face on his camera. He's
Very
he's,
shocked.
he's shocked about it. This is called odd work, guys. This is odd work.
I'm having fun.
Good.
Y'all are beautiful. I'm having a great time, but
Are y'all divorced?
not yet.
They're in the process of getting divorced.
Ooh.
Oh, that's why you give a fuck. Okay, so you gotta say that. She didn't say that.
We have two. We have
Oh,
two
man.
children.
And they have 2 kids.
So y'all are separated. How long have you been separated?
Wouldn't it be fucked up?
6 months to 8 months.
What is it? It's fucked up, right? Wouldn't it be fucked up? It's his turn with the kids. Be like, I gotta work
And
tonight.
you find his ass here?
He had tonight's conversation and shit.
Oh, my
All
God.
right, hold on. Before we go
Man.
further. Hold on. Let's work this out.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What is there to
First
work
of
out though?
all,
I'm confused. I really am.
No. All right. True or false? Do you agree with dating while separated?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Let me clarify. He's been with the side chick for many years that he's denied.
Oh, side
And it wasn't
chick.
until recently that I found out. And now
He
he's
always
able to bring
denied
her
it.
out.
Okay. Oh.
Right.
Okay. All right, hold on. No more new information.
Okay.
No more new information. Okay.
I feel like I know y'all. I watched the
All right,
podcast.
listen.
Come on.
All right, let's tackle this piece by piece.
Man.
Do you agree with dating while still married?
So the question is, for you, would you date me? Say I've never been married before, but just say I had a wife and we're divorced and I'm back on the dating scene. I'm out, I'm mingling, we're having a good time, and I catch your eye and we hit it off. We're having a good conversation, we'll go out on a date, and then I break it to you, hey, me and my ex-wife were technically not dating anymore. Would you continue to talking to me if you liked me and I still had an ex-wife that I was divorcing, in the process of divorcing? Would you stop talking to me?
That's a good question. That's a hard one, I think. Once women hear divorce, their mind might automatically switch over to he's available right now. But I do believe you should wait until the legal paperwork is done, everything's signed and it's finalized before you actually start actively dating this man.
Y'all see how she didn't say she wouldn't date me though?
So I think
Y'all see it?
that's a good one. So I think it will be hard, but I would still keep it. I would keep in touch with you, talk to you, but I wouldn't let it go any further until that paperwork was signed.
Oh, okay. That's a good answer right there, because I mean, this is odd work. She's out there right now with a new guy, and this guy he's not even divorced yet. And I think women do this a lot, actually.
Oh yes, I believe it. Women
Would
do
you
it a lot.
date a still married man?
Hell no, absolutely not. Hard no.
Why not?
Because he's still married. And because my thing is, I know that they have conversations that still probably represent marriage or still represent some flirtatious things, right
Not
or
at
wrong.
all.
You don't?
Not at all.
Oh,
So
she
y'all
said she's
completely,
done.
said
I
she's
wouldn't
done.
do it either way, sis. I'm not dating your husband. Until he's no longer your husband, then he is not free to be my man or my husband.
Now,
Wow.
do you think the way you get them is the way you lose them? Like,
Yes.
I agree with that.
No or yes. Like
Yes.
for example,
Yes, I mean,
if you here with this man,
If I'm here with
first
this
of all,
man-
I'm sorry. Come talk to me after the show. I'm gonna give y'all tickets back. Y'all refunds.
I know this girl must feel very
'cause I feel
uncomfortable.
bad
His
for
new
you.
girl in the audience.
But like,
If I'm with that man, my ass is clenched tight. I'm uncomfortable.
why is that?
Yeah.
She
I
must be.
shouldn't be here with this nigga, and especially he got all this shit going on. I'm here to have a good time. You took me to Cheddar's at tonight's conversation, and now you got your ex talking crazy on the mic. I shouldn't be with you.
My turn.
Bet you didn't know the show was finna be about you tonight, nigga.
Oh, man.
He didn't know
Hey,
that.
you know what's fucked up though?
You know, I think that he probably did not know that his ex was going to be there. Because just imagine being at McDonald's, you're going to go sit down and eat, and you're in the middle of divorce, you're chilling, and then next thing you know, your ex-wife walks in with Jody or Tyrone, and he's 6'5",
Uh-oh.
and they're ordering in front of you, and then they sit down beside you and didn't even notice you. Then they looked over, and your ex-wife's looking at you like, "Oh, that's my ex-husband right there," and you're sitting there eating your burger alone.
That's an awkward
Like,
moment.
would
I
you-
can imagine that could be very
Would you
awkward.
get up and leave, or would you just sit there? Like,
Oh, that's an awkward one.
and
That's
keep-
very
and
awkward.
keep eating, man. So that's kind of how she feels, and I kind of feel sorry for her. But for the most part, she seems like she's handling it well. She's well dressed. She's
Yeah.
out with her friends. She's having a good time. So, and she's getting bigged up.
Secretly, this probably turned her on. She about to suck the shit out of that nigga's dick tonight.
Oh,
Cause
God.
no, hold on. There are some women that get off
oh,
on taking somebody else's man.
There are very devious
But
women out there that will do this.
Let's take this back. Let's take this back.
Take joy
Let's
in
take this
taking
back.
someone's man.
So you're uncomfortable right now a little bit
Very much so.
because it's fresh for you.
yeah.
And it seems like this man is not only moving on, but the moving on that he's doing happened while y'all was still together.
Ooh.
And now it feels like it's rubbing it in the face of you because
Yeah, definitely rubbing it.
y'all not even divorced yet and he's still here. Now, here's the thing. Brother, I love you. But fuck that nigga.
Fuck him.
Listen,
That
listen.
nigga.
Fuck
Heard
that
what she
nigga.
said.
You got your outfit on, you got the
Look at
cherry
that.
11s and
Listen,
shit.
Bro.
the titties are tittying.
Yeah.
You might meet somebody else baby daddy today.
Okay.
It's stepdaddy season. Is it fall? Okay.
It's cold
Now,
outside. It's
can we
cold.
go back?
Oh man.
Whoa. That was a
You know, I get
Loaded.
it. I get it. You know, it's this lady, it's terrible for her. And I get it. But at the same time, you know, we get the fact that basically, you know, he's messed up. He might be a genuine guy, but this is a very messed up thing. And she's going to get a lot of sympathy for this. And I understand why.
yes. That's a long time. She said that she met him at 16.
Now let's talk about this point.
They have 2 children together, and then they got married, and then he left.
Wow, guys. So, like I said, sheesh. That is hard to do.
That's very hard.
Man, but at the same time, relationships are hard, you know what I'm saying? Especially for truckers that's on the road.
Yeah, that's
It's definitely difficult for truckers. But at the same time, I see a lot of truckers that do maintain their families, do maintain their structures at home and different stuff, which is important. But romantic relationships oftentimes get destroyed out here.
yeah.
And at the same time, what helps us is being on a truck together.
Yes, that
So-
really helps. We talk to each other. We,
Yeah.
work things out. If we do
So-
have a conflict, we can work it out.
But oftentimes
All
we're
that.
out here and we see truckers that don't have a significant other, don't have
Any
a
family
wife or
support,
anybody
anything.
with them. Some of them don't even have dogs.
No.
So I can just imagine the debauchery that's on that truck, guys. It's
Yes, I can
hard, man,
imagine.
because trucking can be very lonely, and if you're out here trying to make it as a trucker, it's unforgiving sometimes. But at the same time, not only you got to worry about relationships, you got to worry about getting your job took, because there's a company, I don't know if you know, there's a self-driving semi company that's basically trying to take over the industry. And you know what that does for us truckers?
Yes, it limits our jobs, because if that does happen and the electric semi trucks are actually on the road and released,
Yes.
that's going to be a big problem.
Yes, they're going to take the jobs of truckers, millions of truckers all over the world, not only just America. Let's see.
You're going to take an entire market and just get rid of all the drivers. Like, people like me, like, what else are we going to be good for?
This week on Pittsburgh's Action News 4, we have been taking you inside a Pittsburgh company that could be close to changing one of the biggest industries in America. They have created driverless semi-trucks.
Oh, wow.
And before the end of this year, they plan to have them on the roads in Texas running fully autonomously. Now, in our last few stories, we showed you how the tech works, how it was tested right here in Pittsburgh, its safety profile, the government.
Fully autonomous semi-trucks.
Which is crazy. I wouldn't even feel safe, even as a driver right now. I wouldn't feel safe with autonomous trucks driving themselves around. There's so much that can go wrong. One thing, and that's destruction.
One thing and it's over with, because you got to realize that this truck that we're driving, we haul 80,000 pounds maximum. Guys, imagine an 80,000-pound wrecking ball going 70 miles per hour down a Texas freeway, slamming into a family of 5.
That would be horrendous.
Yeah, and they're going to a picnic that day, and then all of a sudden this driverless semi-truck is barreling down the highway, man. It's no telling how many wrecks that didn't happen, but I wouldn't feel safe with this crazy invention that these guys are trying to come up with.
No, and especially now that it's getting to be wintertime,
Today,
ice and snow on the roads, you couple that with a driverless vehicle, that automatically is a recipe for
And
disaster.
they said for Texas, and guess what? In Dallas, they got snow everywhere.
Oh, yes.
we want to take a look at the industry impact and what this would mean for those who depend on trucking for their livelihood.
We really have a big footprint. Everyone relies on trucking. You may not know it when you're buying groceries, but they got there because of our industry.
Trucking is a $1 trillion a year industry in America. As COVID brought to the forefront, drivers are essential.
We're moving 73% of the economy. We're 8.5 million strong in trucking, which means we're 1 in 18 jobs in the United States is trucking related, and the top job in 29 states is trucking related.
Chris Spear is president and CEO of the American Trucking Associations, representing drivers in all 50 states at the federal level. He says their industry is staring down a big problem.
The shortage of talent. We have been for some years now running a deficit of drivers and attracting new talent into the industry.
I don't think they're attracting new talent if you guys have got the, out here just letting anybody get their CDLs. Like, you got to be skilled. I've been driving for 5 years, going on 6.
Mine's almost 4.
Yeah, and we're very talented because we're team drivers. Not only do we, monitor each other and what we're doing as far as driving and safety and pre-trips and maintenance and just different stuff that's going on the road, we look out for each other.
Yes,
a lot
we
of
do.
these guys, like I said earlier, they're by themselves and they become renegades on this road. Like, you can become a full-fledged renegade on the road, and that's what you got out here, man. So some of these companies are hiring renegades, and these guys are getting in wrecks.
And also, not to go political on everybody, but with the immigration situation that we're facing with the border crossings, there are a lot of drivers with their CDLs that are not even qualified, I would say, to be driving these trucks, because maybe over in, let's say, Venezuela, they have their license. It's a whole different guideline, situation over there. The roads are different. So to come here and get on the roads and drive, I would say absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
We see that every day.
Yeah, it's totally different, man. That's why they're building all these driverless semi-trucks. They think they can replace us, which I don't believe.
No, not at all.
Spears says there's a shortage of about 70,000 drivers right now. In the next decade, that's expected to climb to 1 million.
You are 10 times more likely to die on the job if you drive a truck than you or I or the average American.
Aurora Innovation CEO Chris Newsom says
right
safety is a big reason there aren't enough workers. Also, time away from home and health outcomes from a sedentary job. That's where autonomous tech could help, taking over some of those long-haul routes, which Spears says are the hardest jobs to fill.
That's partly the toughest segment of our industry to serve because you're away for so long, upwards of 3 weeks on the road. It also pays the highest, but it has, ramifications, time away from home and your family.
Since 2021, Aurora has been running autonomous routes in Texas, logging over 1 million miles so far.
I definitely agree with that, man. We're out sometimes 2 months at a.
Yeah, sometimes 2 months.
That's 8 weeks.
The longest I think we ever did was almost 4 months with one company we were at.
Yeah, we was out for 4 months straight. Because we were really running it up. We're really entrepreneur driven, so it's like, just go to get it. Go get the money by any means. As everybody, that's not for everybody because people have families, they got kids, they got
maybe emergencies
at home,
things like that.
so people need to get off the road, but they can if they're driving a semi truck. If you're a Wayland, Boston, Massachusetts, and your family is in Phoenix, Arizona, that's way across America.
That's across America.
How you gonna get there if little Johnny got stepped on something and now he's in a hospital?
Yes,
it's hard.
It's very difficult.
Or how you gonna get there if your wife is not answering the phone and she says,
"Oh, I was out with friends."
She says, "I'm not happy," and then now she's on girls' night out.
No, she's on girls' night out, and you might not be able to reach her for, let's say, days go by.
Yeah, she's at the club on the stripper pole.
Oh my God! So that could be very challenging. I mean, think about the driver. He's still wondering what's going on at home. What's my wife? What's happening? Or vice versa. Where's my husband?
So I can understand the need that they're trying to fill, but at the same time, you can't take the livelihoods at the same time.
No.
The trucks stop at terminals that Aurora built on each end to load and deliver goods for customers. The trucks right now drive autonomously, but with a safety driver on board, ready to take over at any minute.
You still drive.
Aurora expects by the end of this year, they will be ready to remove those human drivers. If successful, it would be a slow revolution, starting with only a few dozen trucks. But ultimately, it could change the logistics landscape, shaving days off of delivery times for long hauls. Autonomous drivers, after all, don't need to rest.
And what we see this technology enabling through our partners is for freight to get places more safely, more quickly, that'll allow small farmers to reach further with where they sell their produce.
Bro.
But when it
I still don't
ultimately
see it being
also
quicker.
helps
I'm
people
trying to
move
figure
around
that part out.
cities, it'll make that easier and safer as well.
So what is the government going to do for the people that don't have no more work because of AI taking over the truck driver?
Yes.
Many drivers we spoke with say,
I agree with this guy. I technically don't trust that Aurora CEO. That guy he don't have a beard. See this man right here, he got a beard.
He has a beard. We can trust him. He's more trustworthy looking.
He got the little trucker headset on. He got the gray in the beard. Yep. He got the little fuzzies.
Yes. Now this truck driver has been through some experiences. Do you hear me? He has been through it. I can tell from looking at his face.
Yeah, man. So that's the thing, bro. The smooth talking CEO want to replace this guy's like, no, bro.
They're afraid of this taking their jobs.
I want to get a bunch of my guys together and go picket that company because it's going to be a chain reaction. You're going to have other companies coming up and they're going to repeat the technology and it's going to put us out of a job.
The Teamsters are a large trucking union representing tens of thousands of drivers. They sent Pittsburgh's Action News 4 this statement that reads in part, "There should always be a well-trained and properly licensed person in the front seat of a vehicle. No matter what any big tech company says, there isn't a single driverless vehicle on the road today that's anywhere close to operating at the same capacity as a human driver."
Exactly.
That's a view the American Trucking Association's wholly disagrees with.
It's an antiquated argument. If you have a shortage of talent, as big as 70,000 drivers short in our industry, you can add as many automated trucks as you want. You're not going to fill that void.
A 2021 report by the Department of Transportation found that autonomous trucking would add billions of dollars into the economy through its secondary benefits, like faster transportation.
Bro, that's straight cap. I don't
agree.
I don't agree. I don't trust, and not just because I'm in the industry, but also because I'm in the industry. I understand that it's almost impossible to trust a truck going down the road with all this valuable freight. What about flatbed?
Yeah, what about flatbed?
You're going to have robots strapping the load? I did flatbed for 3.5 years straight.
Yes.
Conestoga, me and her.
Yeah, both of us, exactly.
You can check the video down below. With the semi truck woman strapping the semi truck load. We was doing flatbed. Now we're on drive in because we're owner operators. But dude, imagine that.
And imagine if something unpredictable happens where somebody jumps out in the road. Those things do happen.
Yeah,
someone
a deer.
Steps out. Yes, a deer.
Any of that stuff, man. So, what's their name? They're called Aurora. They're upset right now because they're mad at DOT rejecting cab-mounted warning beacons. So basically, they tried to pass something where they can still put their technology in trucks as of January 13, 2025. Aurora Innovation has filed a suit against the DOT and the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, FMCA, claiming that the agency arbitrarily rejected the industry's idea for alternative solution for modern roadside warning devices. Dude, we don't want that. Like, we don't want no AI with trucking.
No, thank you.
It's crazy. Aurora's mad because no one wants to deal with their stuff. On December 26, 2024, after 2 years of silent reviews, the FMCA denied Aurora's application to pilot modernized roadside warning systems in autonomous trucking, said the president of Aurora in the company's media release. While this does not prevent us from complying with existing regulations when we launch our driverless trucks in April, this decision raises more important questions as Americans. How do we think about safety innovation on the roads? Guys, no matter how much you release all this AI, it doesn't matter, because
no, it doesn't mean like more AI the better. It depends on what we're talking about, what function it would be serving, how's it going to affect the daily people who are human.
Yeah, because if it's ChatGPT, it's okay. But if you're talking about trucking,
yeah.
you might kill a lot of people doing that, or hurt them.
Or hurt them. It's almost saying like, okay, nursing should have automated nursing staff.
Yeah, we should automate the NICU and have automated nursing for the babies that just get born.
Yes.
So, I know you guys want to know about financing. I know you guys want to know about buying a truck. I get it. But you're not going to buy a truck, become an owner-operator, or even get in a trucking company or business without knowing about how to finance a truck.
And
so in this video, we're going to get into it. Let's go.
How's it going, guys? This is James with Make Money Trucking. Hope you guys
This
are
guy
all
better
doing
keep
good
his
out there.
eyes on the road.
Today, I'm going to let you know how do you finance your first semi-truck. And, what kind of credit score you need to have, what are the terms, and then what banks do you need to use, because only certain banks do this. So first off, let's talk about how difficult or how easy this actually can be. Yep. So basically, if you have a lower credit score, say you have a 600 to 650, somewhere around there, 600 to 650, it is possible to finance your first semi-truck. You're just going to have to come up with a larger down payment. So basically, if you have...
I doubt there's going to be 25 to 35%. Now it's going to be at least 20.
At least 20 though.
To 18% down. No one's going to charge you 35% down.
If they are, stay away from that company.
Yeah, that's predatory lending. But he's around the ballpark, but it's never going to be 35% down.
No.
That's insane. If someone's taking a 35% down, you don't even need to be buying a truck. You need to just
work for a company at that time.
Just work for a company, bro.
Lower bad credit, you might have to come up with like 25% down. 25% to maybe 35% depending on the bank, and then if you have about 650 to a 750 credit score, you can most likely get a semi-truck loan or get a truck financed for 10 to 15% down. So that's how it breaks down.
That's more reasonable.
If you have if you have worse credit, you're going to need to come up with a little bit more money down. Now, commercial truck loans are a little bit different than auto loans in the fact that they want so much money down, and then also you're going to need to prove your income and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, there's only certain banks out there that will finance semi-trucks, and there are a few out there that are a little bit hard to find. How I found a lot of the ones that I use to finance all.
Guys, what he's saying is correct. We have a bank. I'm gonna put in the link as well down below, and also I'll show you where you can finance a semi truck as far as if you want to be an owner operator or run your business.
It was Arrow Trucking was the one we used. They were excellent.
Yeah, Arrow Trucking was good. That wasn't really the financing people, but the finance people that we went through, actually their name was Top Transport Funding, and they basically, it was streamlined. I put 20%, I think I put 18% down like that. It was decent. My credit score, I was like at 710, 720, so it was simple. I just saved up 20 grand for that, dropped that down, and I got my own semi truck. So
Yes.
you got to have a decent credit score, and you got to have a decent down payment, which you can do as long as that you're running up your numbers and you have a goal set. You can do it.
All of my trucks over the last few years is basically I would call a truck dealership and talk to their finance or talk to their salespeople, because they will work with all the lenders that lend for trucks. So basically, they'll tell you, for instance, Daimler Financial, Amir Equipment Finance, PNC Bank, just to name a couple off the top of my head. By the way, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. These
we
are
aren't either.
that
No,
I've
we're not
used
either.
in the past. And then also, some of your smaller local banks will be a good place to start. A lot of the bigger banks they're gonna be a lot harder to get approved by, like Wells Fargo, Chase. Those banks.
Exactly.
A lot of those banks don't really do commercial equipment.
What he said is they really don't do it, but they actually do commercial equipment. It's just harder to get their approval. Now, you worked with Bank of America.
Yeah, I worked with Bank of America for many years, almost 15 actually. They had very strict guidelines for commercial lending, small business lending. For example, small business, you had to make $250,000 annual revenue for at least 2 years. So that's not an easy number to come up with, or to have those kind of numbers for your business. It's not easy to hit.
A flat 250 just to get qualified.
Just to get qualified.
That the hurdle for that, and this is a financial term, the hurdle rate. Just a hurdle over that is significant, so significant. Like, you have to have a game plan. They want you to have such a real game plan to, once they do finance you or give you that money, they want that money back.
They definitely want that money back.
They might send a hitman to come get you
God.
if you don't get that money back, bro.
No, we're just joking, of course.
See this guy
Just
on the
joking.
screen? They gonna send him to come get you. Rasmussen.
Oh my God, Rasmussen. That's hilarious.
They gonna send Rasmussen. They're collecting on that, bro.
Shout out to Bank of America though. Good people working there, very good people.
Man, Bank of America is not gonna approve you.
For like maybe first-time borrowers or someone who doesn't have a huge company or huge portfolio of multiple different units already. So yeah, that's how you find the bank. So we went over the credit score, what kind of credit you need, and then how to find the banks. Now, how do you find, or what are the terms and conditions of these loans? So usually with commercial truck loans, it's going to be a little bit higher interest, and that's even if you have decent credit.
Yeah.
So basically, if you have basically like a 7 or 750 credit score, you know, getting a 6 to 10% interest rate is going to be pretty average.
Yeah.
And then if you have anything under like 700, like 620 to 690, you're going to be looking at
pay a lot more.
Roughly about 10 to 14%.
I think he meant 590.
Now, I am not a bank. I don't finance trucks. This is just purely from my experience. So take that information as you will. Every scenario is different. Everybody's going to be in a different situation to that underwriter for that
really
finance
depending on your
company.
personal situation,
That's just
honestly.
what I have experienced. Both, you know, getting loans when I had under 700 credit score and over 700 credit score, and then the different variations of, you know, what I experienced. For terms, typically truck loans are a lot shorter terms than like a vehicle loan. So on a vehicle, we all know you can go out 5, 6, 7 years even, you know, 60, 72 or 84 months.
Are shorter.
So with semi trucks, typically they only like to go about 48.
Which is true, because my term,
Your term is
for this
36
truck
months.
Yeah, it's 36, so that's even shorter. Because I'm putting, you know, I'm putting down what $1,700-$1,700 a month on it. Some of these guys is going through SFI.
You're paying
They're
about
going
$2,500 a
to
month
some
or
of
more.
these predatory lenders, and they're paying so much more. And then they terms, they got the longer terms
They
too.
might have a 5-year loan, 6-year loan for $2,500 a month. That's quite a bit of money.
That's insane work.
Yes.
So realize that you want to get with somebody who's going to help you out, not hurt you.
Exactly.
Months. And that's why they want such a big down payment of 25%, because in all reality, a lot of trucking companies, which is what you're going to be using a semi for, they fail. They don't make it. So they want to get as much collateral as they possibly can up front. So that's basically why they do that. And so yeah, that's basically, you know, we went over what kind of credit score you need, what kind of bank, how to find the right banks, and then also the terms and conditions.
Yep.
Now, I can give you guys a couple examples of loans that I had, just to give you a better idea.
Looks like he's on a wild ride in
of
that
what
car.
kind of loan you'll be.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys are interested in actually getting a loan, right here, I have this company. They've been reaching out. I didn't personally go for them, but I have a friend that's in the banking, not Brainy, but another guy, and he's been in banking for a while. And he said that this is a go-to place to go get funding for your small equipment loan or trucking loan. It's called Rock Financial, guys. rockfinancial.com, and I'll put the link down below. You can just fill out a simple application, small business funding, see how much you qualify for, and get an instant pre-approval, meaning that they're not going to pull your credit. They offer term loans, business lines of credit, SBA loans, equipment financing, and commercial real estate. Guys, this is a good alternative towards people that want to get commercial loans. Get a commercial loan for a lot, a semi-truck, any of that. So, like I said, the link will be down below. Check out ROK Financial. Call it Rock Financial, and you can get started today.
Sounds like a great company. Decided if you want to start your own company or be owner operator, have your own authority rather, and basically work for yourself and do contract with other companies to lease onto.
Yeah.
That's the way you start with a semi truck financing.
Yeah, you got to get the semi truck financing, because no one's gonna drop down $100,000, out of their bank account to go just buy a truck. You're gonna have to finance it, bro. That's the actual thing that people not telling you. You have to finance.
And you're going to be making enough money with your company that you're leased onto so you can pay the truck note without strain or struggle and worrying about how you're going to make that payment if you're not even making decent money on your routes.
Yep. Keep your overhead low. Make sure your maintenance is up so you can take care of your asset and your asset can take care of you.
Yes.
Guys, I know you've been hearing about the wildfires in California, man. Some people say they are planned attacks, and some people say that it's a conspiracy theory around it. Let's find out how Gavin Newsom, which is the governor of California, how he actually reacts to this, guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, let's see.
Evacuation order for Malibu, east of Las Flores.
Oh, wow.
As the emergency alerts continue unabated across Los Angeles, Rachel is returning to the Pacific Palisades.
Oh, man.
Oh. 719 Island Street, gone.
Oh, man. That's...
It's been home her whole life, but she barely recognises it.
Apocalypse.
Around every corner, almost complete destruction.
This was a little cooking store thing. This is a parking lot for a center.
Oh, man.
Firefighting planes bringing water from the ocean to tackle the blazes still raging in all parts of this city. Growing too is anger at a perceived lack of preparedness by authorities.
We shouldn't be seeing this. We should. This is where people need to wake up. Because if you're voting and you're picking people for softness or for the fuzzy feeling you got because they seem like they're good people, I want to know that we're going to have someone in charge.
Then Rachel spots a face she recognises.
Is that Gavin Newsom? That's the governor. That's the governor. Governor, I live here, governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
He said he's talking to the president right now.
Right now. This is wild.
Let's see what he got to say, the president got to say.
Yes.
California Governor Gavin Newsom is being criticised by some for water mismanagement as hydrants ran dry while fires multiplied.
So I have to get cell service.
So let's get it. Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now.
What?
And it's to
He just said he was talking to the president.
Individual assistance, and to help you. I'm devastated for you. I'm so sorry, especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids. Losing the school.
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one and building another. Governor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different now?
There was no water in the hydrants.
The hydrants, that's very wild. And this is gaslighting right here, what he's doing to her, by the way.
Yes, I would say that's definitely gaslighting because first he said, I'm on the phone with the president.
Yes.
Then he said, I'm trying to get through to the president. I have no cell service. How are you the governor?
And you have no service.
And you ain't got no service.
Exactly.
Like, what else are we gonna do if you as the governor ain't got no damn service?
Exactly. We're all in trouble.
We all in trouble, man. I'm glad I don't live in California, but we do frequently deliver and drive and pick up in California.
Yes, we do every week, actually.
We just left California recently, and it was a windstorm going on. This fire was this fire was going on, man. We just left Inglewood.
Yeah,
First we went to Ontario, but we left Inglewood, and it was shambles, bro. Like it was so much wind going on everywhere, bro. Like it was shaking the truck. Ooh.
Yes, I would say about 65 to 80 mile an hour winds. And we're like, what is that? When you stepped outside, the like rubble on the road was flying around, leaves, trees. It was very dangerous actually to be out there.
Yes, very, very dangerous, man. I think that Gavin Newsom doesn't have an answer for this. So he's just rambling.
Next time?
It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To
everything
fill the
I can.
hydrants. I would fill them up personally. You know that.
I literally have.
I would fill up the hydrants myself.
You can feel her passion behind this. She lost everything.
Whatever I can.
But you're not. I see the. Do you know there's water dripping over there?
She's
Governor?
frustrated, rightfully
There's
so.
water coming out there. You can use it.
Diminishing winds
Oh,
are bringing
man.
some respite for firefighters, but it's likely to be brief. As estimated losses surge, there is still zero containment of this fire. Officials say they don't know the death toll. Dogs will be brought in to search this rubble for fatalities.
Oh, man.
Jeffrey and his partner Nicole are returning to their seaside community, once a little slice of paradise.
Each one is an individual neighbor. So this was my dearest friend Galen, who I've known for my whole life, 35 years. That was our clubhouse where we would play pool every Friday. That was Ben's house. These are like my closest friends here.
They sift through the dust. In a plastic box, everything
gone.
they can find. A turtle figurine, a garden gnome, a house name plaque. It's very little, but in a place where the loss is so huge, it means so much.
Bro, and that's crazy because also the winds was going up.
Yes.
And this was the wind that was happening just recently.
At 8:33, a life-threatening windstorm is set to impact Southern California, raising concerns about wildfires and even power disruptions.
Yes, the National Weather Service has issued red flag warnings for the region. We have Coco McAvoy live with the latest developments there. Good morning, Coco.
Coco McAvoy.
Good morning. The winds are definitely blowing here in Porter Ranch, and the National Weather Service is saying this could be the strongest wind event of the season. So residents really need to be aware, especially because it does increase our risk for wildfires. Take a look at this video here. This is from the San
exactly how it
Fernando
looks.
Valley this morning. The National Weather Service believes the strongest winds of this event are expected this afternoon into early Wednesday afternoon, with potential wind gusts of 50 to 80 miles per hour.
That's exactly what we
Residents
noticed.
living near the foothills and mountains are advised to prepare their ready, set, go fire plans. Forecasters say this could be the
Guys, these winds was blowing over semi trucks.
Yes.
These winds was knocking stuff over. These winds, the video doesn't do it justice because in reality, when you're out there, those signs that you see swinging on the
side of the road,
on the actual light posts and stuff, those signs are big.
they are very big. And what really helped
And
us
heavy.
is that we were actually parked for the night at a truck stop, so we felt the
Yeah,
truck
we was
shaking.
at the Petro. It was at yeah.
But we definitely wouldn't drive in that anyway. We would have to pull over because that's just way too dangerous. But we still saw that there was so much devastation around us.
Oh man, it was wild.
most destructive windstorm since 2011 storm that damaged Pasadena and nearby foothills of the San Gabriel Valley. The LA City Fire Department has also put red flag parking restrictions in place for some areas to make sure fire crews have enough room to respond to a disaster. So definitely look out for signage. This storm is also bringing snow to some areas in San Bernardino County. Snow started to fall this morning in Running Springs all the way down to Lake Arrowhead. With Santa Ana winds, freezing temperatures, and snow, the roads are already getting impacted, which could make for a tricky commute this morning through the afternoon. So definitely something for drivers to be aware of as well. The National Weather Service is really urging residents to keep an eye out for potential down trees, down.
That's that snow up north in Cali. In northern Cali, people don't think it snows that much in Cali, but it actually snows a lot in northern Cali.
Yes, it really does. Like Modesto area. What else is it?
Weed, California.
Happy Valley.
I
think it's called the Tehachapi.
Yeah. I don't know how to
pronounce,
really
but yes,
say
it's in
it.
the northern side. It's like a mountain over there that's got.
Yeah, man. So, guys, realize if you're driving, be careful when you're on these roads, man, because no load is worth your life.
No, not at all.
One thing you guys all want to know, how do you guys cook on the truck?
Yes, how do you do that?
How do truckers cook? Well, today I'm going to show you exactly how we cook, how we get down, man. As we review this video, let's go.
So today I'm going to dive into my trucker's kitchen and what do I need to cook in the cab. and even while Scott's driving down the road. First, I'm gonna start out with my air fryer. This is a Vortex Plus. I love it for the fact that it has 3 different racks and there's 3 different positions, so you can put multiple layers of stuff in there. I love the air fryer. It's been great. It makes cooking so much faster, especially your meats, potatoes, even steaming vegetables. There isn't anything that I can't cook in that thing. I love it. I do not miss my microwave.
Man.
Wow, she's got quite a meal here.
Wow, this is as truckers, what do we have as far as?
Oh, we eat a lot of different meals. Our favorite, I would say, are tacos.
Yeah.
We actually cook a lot of tacos. We cook.
Well, we don't. Yeah, taco is the meal, but it's the ground beef.
Well, yeah, the ground beef. We cook steak.
Yes.
Barbecue chicken. Roasted chicken. We have sometimes fried chicken.
Yeah, sometimes fried chicken.
What else? We used to have an oven on the truck, and we would cook a lot more with that.
Yep.
We had cornbread. We had desserts I would make, like cakes and cookies, brownies. So we kind of missed the oven. Actually, I missed that.
Yeah, so oven might be on the list again for the future. But right now, what do we have?
Right now, we actually have our microwave. We have a full fridge, which holds a lot of food. We've got we have a hot plate.
Yep.
And a skillet. So we cook all of our food on the hot plate mostly.
Yep, exactly, man. A hot plate gets it done, guys.
This is where I was going to put the microwave. Definitely an upgrade. The meat is amazing when you cook it in there. Next up is going to be the Instapot. This is a mini Instapot, and you can do so many things. I love this for soups and stews, chili, things like that. It is great. Today we had a roast with potatoes and carrots, and it made it really easy with this guy. Moving on along, we got the Paula Deen electric skillet, and you just can't get away from like good fried potatoes and a fried egg, things like that, maybe a tuna cake. I love this one because it is so much deeper, which is wonderful for in the truck, especially if you're trying to cook while going on the road. It helps out splash and spill, things like that. Love it.
She's got a table on that truck too. You probably wonder where I keep
all of my spices and the fresh food that I talk about. These drawers I use as my pantry, so I keep fresh produce in there, such as potatoes, avocados, things like that. And then I have some of my canned goods and all of my spices in this little basket. And then we got this huge...
I like her organization. I like how she has her spices set up.
Yeah, they're very
nice.
And
all this and that. We have our spices in. We have a spice tub. So we put all our spices in this spice tub, and it keeps everything organized. That right there, where she got these drawers, that is great. It's like
that's a great thing there.
I don't know what truck that is because we're in a Kenworth T680. That might be something else.
That looks like something else.
Drop a comment down below to let us know what kind of setup you got for your cooking. But this setup she has is great.
It looks awesome. A little table in there too, and
it might be a Volvo, huh?
It might be a Volvo.
Fridge in our Volvo. I love it. I love
Volvo.
it. I love
she
it.
just
I
said
love
it.
The size of the fridge in the Volvo. Last but not least, the coffee pot. You guys, you know I love coffee. I gotta have my coffee. I start my day out with coffee. Actually, I do a bulletproof coffee. So I got the coffee pot and then my coffee and dish station and putting the silverware right on the side. I do believe eating with regular plates and using forks is a huge mindset shift in making your truck feel more like a home and enjoying luxuries that you might have at home. You might be wondering how I do the dishes, since I have real dishes and the pots and the pans, all that good stuff. Well, I do have a sink. It's stored right here in the wardrobe.
She's got a sink.
And yeah, I have hot water too. So this is my hot water here.
How does she
and
have that?
I put a water basin on here, and I do my dishes.
That's
She's
nice.
really got a nice upgrade going on with hot water.
That's great, man. Like, she must be in one of those those Globetrotter.
Yeah, it must be a custom cab type of
Volvos. We had a Volvo 760.
It was 760 with one of the companies we started on with.
Yeah, and it was okay. I mean, it rode so comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different problems with the DEF, but I stayed up on maintenance, so it wasn't that hard.
No.
But guys, that was, this is how we cook as truckers on the road, man. We got the same stuff everybody has at the house. Usually, especially if it's custom made, we have air fryers, we have hot plates, which is basically like a stovetop.
Yep. We got a magic bullet if you want smoothies. We make those sometimes.
Yeah, we got outlets in here, man. Some of them got showers and bathrooms.
We would love that. That's like the extended custom cabs.
Yeah.
Those are a lot more money for those, honestly, but it's a nice goal to have for the future.
Yeah, exactly, man. So comment down below what kind of setup you got, guys. I know a lot of people back home want to know exactly how do you get started with trucking? How do you guys get started making a business? As you guys know, I've made multiple six figures with trucking. I've made six figures with landscaping. And so I've had different types of business. I'm also an entrepreneur. But I started off with nothing. I started off just a young kid, not even with his mom or dad. But I built myself past that, and I've gotten mentors, and I stay with my mentors to be able to level up and to have the type of mindset to get past roadblocks in life, which is inevitably going to come to you guys. So entrepreneurship has been in my background, but I wanted to ask you, has entrepreneurship been in your family? Is your family, mom and dad, were you raised traditionally entrepreneur, or were you just come from a traditional working model? That's cool too. You know, a traditional working model as far as mom and dad clocking in every day, 40 hours a week. Is that more of your background, or is it?
That's a great question. I would say mine was more the traditional route. My parents both worked full time for many years. My mom was at her company for about 30, 35 years, and my dad around the same.
Yeah.
He switched companies when they like moved out of the country, for example, but he still was in the same industry for like 40 years. So I looked at that. I saw how they worked a lot of overtime. Every day of the week they were working to provide for a great lifestyle. So I grew up with that.
Yeah.
So the entrepreneurship, that was like a strange topic for me. I had never been around anybody that had their own business, other than seeing like maybe close family friends that were pursuing something on the side, for example. My sister, she had her own business with the moon jumping company.
See, there you go.
So that was really, I got to see that from like pictures and videos that she was doing because she lived in another state of Georgia. So that's all the experience I've ever dealt with, honestly, with entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Nothing on my own that I was doing.
Well, you know, like you said, your sister, she was doing the you said, what was it?
It was called a moonwalking business.
Can you explain exactly what is that?
Moonwalking would be like almost like, I guess they call it air bounce now, an air bounce house where you would bring it to, let's say, someone's family party, and the kids would rent it. The family would rent it for their children, birthday parties. So
like
the kids
a bouncer.
would have like a bouncer, exactly. That's exactly what it is. So they would jump around for hours, and her business was called A&D Jumpers at the time. So the kids would jump around, have a great time, and they would just move this to location, whoever they booked with. So she kept that going for many years.
Exactly. That seems like that was a fun idea to come up with.
Yeah, that was a great idea she came up with.
Kids. Well, around what age were you when she had this going?
I was actually, I believe when she first started it, I was maybe like 12, I would say 12, 13.
Oh man.
So I was young.
Did you ever get to jump in the bounce?
No, I was gonna say I never got to try it. I didn't actually, because I was in a different state. But then she kept that going all through when I was in high school and college, and her kids were involved too. My niece and nephew Ariel and Stevie.
Yeah.
They were also involved in it, and her husband Darren.
Oh man, that was definitely fun, man. She said she did for 20 years.
At least 20 years, yeah.
That's good, man. For me, my grandmother, she used to make these Oriental fans, and this is back in the day in the 70s and 80s where they used to put these fans on their wall.
I remember those, seeing those.
These Oriental fans, and my grandmother used to make these out of newspaper.
Oh my goodness.
So for Friday night, every Friday night, when I get out of school and I'm wanting to go party, my grandma would have me help her paint the fans, her fans, or paint the actual newspapers a certain base color so she can prep her fans for the night. So then when we're able to go outside, it's when we already helped her paint the prep for it.
Okay.
So then after that, she does the gluing and the lattice and all this and that, and act the real paint on the front of the fan.
That sounds amazing, and it's so nice that you got to help her personally with it.
Yeah, and exactly. And after that, Saturday, she would have us all, Saturday morning, we'll go to the flea market and we'll set all her fans out for display on the side of the road of the flea market, and people would drive in, and she pretty much would sell out all her fans.
Oh, that is awesome.
It was rare that she ever came back home with fans.
Oh, yes.
Rare. If we came back, it was probably like 1 or 2 left out of 20.
Out of 20.
So that was the prep work and we did that for years and she was doing it before I was even knew about it. So when I went to go live with my grandmother, she was already making these fans before I lived with her. So when I got with her, she just had me help her.
Help her.
No one gets to live for free, right?
No, that's
you
right.
live with grandma, you got to go help grandma out,
That does remind me. There was actually, I guess you would say this is entrepreneurial. My mother loved having garage sales. We called them tag sales in Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
So actually, that's something that I've done since I was 8 years old. I would help her set out the clothes, all the household goods in the garage and driveway.
Oh,
and
yeah.
people, so we were doing that year after year, a couple times a year.
Yeah, that's
so that is
entrepreneur.
entrepreneurial. So, yeah.
So,
and I would be excited to make my own little money for the stuff I sold.
Exactly, man. Because, if you have this background, then you basically have training on entrepreneurship, even if it's yard sales, garage sales, flea markets. You have the propensity to be able to make your own business. Now, these are the bright sides of it. There's also some downsides of entrepreneurship. The reality of entrepreneurship is not everybody's going to respect you because you're not a brand name, you're not a Walmart, you're not a Kmart, you're not a
Target.
Is Kmart even a thing?
Well, Kmart, there's a few stores left across America, I believe, but they're slowly fading those out, and Walmart is like the big franchise now.
Big dog.
The big dog, yeah.
Yeah, so people are not going to respect you. I remember you telling me a story about your sister and she was trying to get help with financing with her company.
Yes.
Exactly what happened with that?
Well, from what I remember, she was looking to start a building or lease a building out so she could move her bounce house business to a general business. Think of Chuck E. Cheese or fun place for kids to come to, but it's an actual structure building.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it was her and her best friend who lived close to her, and they were doing this together, a business venture.
Yeah.
They were there for a while. I don't know exactly how long. It just didn't pan out for long term.
Okay.
I believe it was that maybe the lease cost was too expensive or something else business operational wise.
Wow.
But at least I was proud that she actually got to do it and see it in action. It just didn't last for a long term.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. When you're trying to build a business or you're trying to be an entrepreneur, it's a lot of things you just don't know. Like when I was doing landscaping, I started off humble beginnings. Like I wanted a video game. My mom said, you got to buy the video game yourself. So I started cutting lawns. Fast forward, that led me to when I became an adult, early 20s to mid 20s, I started a landscaping company in Tampa, Florida. Very successful, grew over 80 clients, made 6 figures, multiple years.
That's right. When I first met him, that was he was doing the landscaping business and working a full-time job.
Yes.
But yes.
Yeah. But I plateaued. I plateaued because I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know about financing. I didn't know about payroll and employees. So about time I finally started getting employees, I had 2 employees. About time I started getting employees, I was already burned out. I didn't want to do it anymore. And I started seeing the ROI. I was expending too much energy versus how much I was getting back in my pockets. So I had to realize that I can't do that no more. So I pivoted. But now that I can reflect back and I know more now, remember I told you don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
I know more now. I know exactly how to scale my company.
Yes, it's a lot more information experience now.
Yes, so you can hit the link down below, book a coaching call with me, a free coaching call, and I can help you if you're thinking about getting into business, trucking, anything, on how to help you with the next steps of your journey, guys. Hit the link down below. But yeah, so the dark side of entrepreneurship is you don't know what you don't know.
No, you
don't. And oftentimes it comes to bite you in your butt.
Yes, so you don't want it to go where you don't do any research, you're not doing enough demographic research.
Yeah.
Where now you've invested tons of money, let's say thousands of dollars, and you realize, oh, this is really going to cost a lot more, or didn't pan out like you thought. Now you spent all your savings.
Didn't pan out like you thought.
You don't want that to happen.
Yeah, man, it happens because when you think you're going to just blow up one day with your stuff, and then you realize that, damn, I don't even have the right equipment to go further. Like when I started landscaping, it was push mowing. Then I realized how to get the level of a bigger mower, so I got a 360. Then I had to go to the level of, now I got to get a commercial lawnmower.
Zero turn,
the 360. So a bigger one to do commercial lawns, because that's where the money was. Guys, so all the research and all the things I've studied have got me to the level of knowing what to do now. And I want to express that to you guys. You can book a call with me. It might be Brainy answering it. It might be me answering it. But at the same time, we can help guys.
Yes, we can.
We can help you guys understand what's the next steps you could do, and just build a community of people helping each other, because each one teach one.
Exactly.
So guys, like, subscribe on the video, and we see you on the next one. Peace.
Yep. Bye-bye.